This Canberra insider is out in the cold.
Yes, I've got a lot of forced spare time. In that sense, it's been one for the better.
What's been taken from you?
Well, my career.
Bernard Collaery is arguably Canberra's best-known lawyer. The former ACT Attorney-General says he's barely worked as a barrister since being charged with national security offences.
I can't do jury trial work. I'm conservative. I don't think someone charged with an offence of conspiracy can be at the bar table preaching about law.
Bernard Collaery's sin? To reveal that Australia bugged East Timor's government officers in 2004 to gain advantage in crucial oil and gas negotiations worth billions of dollars. Collaery had been told about the spying by his client, an ASIS officer known as Witness K.
It was massive. I felt sick. I'm Australian. And I'm no bleeding heart. There are times when you draw the line.
Bernard Collaery spoke out publicly after his home and office were raided.
I'm charged with conspiring with Witness K, my client, whom I interviewed in the same way I have for 40, nearly 50 years. So it means I've conspired with every client I've ever had. And I've conspired to give what I believe was lawful advice.
What he did was courageous. He did it for the right reasons, to protect his client, and because he was no doubt outraged by his office being raided and documents taken, and because he considered it was in the public interest to do so.
Strong support for Bernard Collaery hasn't stopped his prosecution. Preliminary hearings have begun. He could be jailed for 2 years. Attorney-General Christian Porter used his national security powers to seek to have the hearing held behind closed doors, and that's causing great alarm.
Secret trials should happen only in the most exceptional circumstances, and they should only happen where there really is a demonstrable public harm in having information come out openly.
Retired New South Wales Supreme Court Judge Anthony Wheely was asked to give evidence.
When we get to the central issue, that is whether the bugging of the East Timorese premises should be kept secret, I'm firmly of the view that there are, in truth, no real national security basis for suppressing that evidence and keeping it away from the public.
Former Chief of the Defence Force, Chris Barry, went to the court to argue for open proceedings.
The community is entitled to know what goes on inside the courts. We live in a region where there are plenty of courts that are not open, but I wouldn't like to live in any of those countries. So I think it is an important part of our democracy.
There's a couple of huge issues connected to this case: using spies against a friend to win a better trade deal, and the growing power of government using anti-terror legislation to hide exactly what it's up to. Bernard Collaery is taking his prosecution personally and blames Attorney-General Christian Porter for pursuing him.
In a really deep sense, I think it was pretty ordinary of this young attorney to do that to me, and I trust that justice will prevail.
Christian Porter declined to be interviewed for this report, but on the ABC's Insiders program, he said that the secrecy sought for this trial was perfectly normal.
There are court cases all the time where some matters are not made public. This is an argument about what matters may need to be heard inside the court and only inside the court, and what matters can be heard publicly. That in itself is not terribly unusual. That might be the names of witnesses for their protection or a whole range of other matters.
But what he didn't say was that in the case of the hearing involving myself, he issued the closure order, and that went with another legislative enjoinder to the judge to give the highest weight to Mr. Porter's opinion.
Like Bernard Collaery, Witness K faces 2 years in jail. The 75-year-old barrister believes they are being punished for embarrassing the government and the intelligence agencies.
I want to defend myself in public. That's the hallmark of our democracy, a public trial. It's a great warning to my profession. It's an enormous salutary warning to other lawyers who might receive information from privileged sources and have to make difficult decisions, as I did.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.